Melissa Barrow, and I'm one of the assistant superintendents in the East Ramapo Central School District. This month, we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, and we're going to celebrate by reading books written by Hispanic authors. Hola, me llamo Melissa Barrow, soy una de las asistentes del superintendente en el distrito. Este mes celebramos la herencia hispana latina y vamos a leer libros escritos por hispanos. So this book is called Separate is Never Equal, and it talks about a time in history where students were separated based on the color of their skin. Even if they were Latinos, some may look light skinned, some may have brown skin like myself. But we're all Latinos, but however, they were separated into white schools and Mexican schools, or white schools and black schools. So we're going to read about a family who fought really hard and even went to court to make sure that all students have access to the same education. I'm not going to read the whole book, but I'm going to start off with when the students are starting to enroll in the school. Their Aunt Sylvia takes them to school to enroll, and then they find out about the fact that they can't go to school with their cousins. So here's the end. I'm here to enroll my child in school, said Aunt Soledad when they arrived at the principal's office. The secretary gave Aunt Soledad 2 enrollment forms, one for Alice and one for Virginia. But she did not give her enrollment form to Sylvia and her brothers. They cannot attend the school, said the secretary. They must go to the Mexican school. Why do I have to go to the Mexican school? Sylvia wondered. She was not Mexican, she was American. She spoke perfect English. Her father was from Mexico, but he had become a U.S. citizen. Her mother was from Puerto Rico, and which was a U.S. territory. Aunt Soledad was upset. But we all live in the same part of town. So they all live together. They're all born in the United States, but they have to attend different schools. Sylvia looked at her cousins. They had light skin and long auburn hair, and their last name was Viduari. Their father was Mexican, but of French descent. Then she looked at her brothers and at her own hands and bare arms. She wondered, is it because I have brown skin and thick black hair and our last name is Mendez? Rules are rules, said the secretary. The Mendez children have to go to the Mexican school. I will not be enrolling any of them then, said Aunt Soledad. And she stormed out of the office, taking Sylvia and the other children with her. So the aunt said, if all of them can't go, then none of them are going. When they arrived home, so now they're back on the farm. When they arrived home, Aunt Soledad told Sylvia's father what had happened. Mr. Mendez told her not to worry because it had to be a mistake. He would take care of it. He was a businessman and he was used to dealing with people. The next day, Mr. Mendez with Mr. Harris went to meet with Mr. Harris, the superintendent of Westminster School. Mr. Mendez explained that his family had just moved to a nearby farm. The public school on 17th Street is the closest school to our house, and my children should attend it. Your children have to go to the Mexican school, said Mr. Harris. But why? Asked Mr. Mendez. He was not given an answer other than, this is how it's done. In the following days, Mr. Mendez met with Mr. Atkinson, the county superintendent. He was Mr. Harris's superior. And then with the school board, which oversaw all of the schools in Orange County. But they all said the same thing. Your children have to go to the Mexican school. But why? Mr. Mendez kept asking. No one could give him a satisfactory answer. That fall, Sylvia and her brothers had to attend Hoover Elementary, better known as the Mexican School, on Olive Street in the city of Westminster. The building was a clapboard shack, and the halls were not spacious or clean. A cow pasture surrounded the school. The students had to eat their lunch outside, and flies would land on their food. There was an electric wire that surrounded the pasture to keep the cows in. If you touched it, you received a shock. The school did not have a playground, not even a swing. The Mendez family did not give up. Time and time again, Sylvia heard her father talk with coworkers, friends, and other parents. It's not fair that our kids have to attend an inferior school. It's not only that the building is a problem, the teachers at the school don't care about our children's education. They expect them to drop out by 8th grade. How will our children become doctors, lawyers, and teachers? Mr. Mendez created a group called the Parents Association of Mexican Children. He tried to collect signatures for a petition to integrate the school so that all children, regardless of their skin color or background, could have the same opportunities. But every time he asked someone to sign the petition, he would get the same answer. No queremos problemas. We don't want any problems. Many of the parents worked on the farm owned by white families and feared that they would lose their jobs if they supported the petition. One day, a truck driver overheard Mr. Mendez trying to convince the co-workers to sign his petition. "You know," said the truck driver, "you could file a lawsuit." The truck driver told Mr. Mendez about a lawyer named David Marcus who filed a lawsuit on behalf of the people of San Bernardino and had helped them integrate the public pools there. At that time, not only were schools segregated, but also other public places such as pools, parks, and movie theaters. Some businesses even had signs that read "No dogs or Mexicans allowed." Mr. Mendez decided right then and there to hire Mr. Marcus, even if it meant having to spend all of his savings to do so. So we're talking about making everything integrated, which means everyone can participate no matter what their color is. And if you would like to continue reading this book, I received this from the Limekiln Elementary School Library, but they also have this book in your local library. So if you want to know what actually happens, but I think you already might have an idea of what happened, you can check out this book here. And in the back, this is based on a true story. So here is the author, and this is her winning an award, and this is her parents, and they also have pictures of the schools, the two different schools. It's a great book, and it reminds us of how hard everyone fought to make sure that all of our children had access to all the opportunities that were available to them. Thank you for listening. Can't wait to read to you again.